You don't need to leave the house for an overpriced, way too salty lettuce cup. We have got a really perfect, easy one you can make right at home, and it's only gonna take you 10 minutes or less. I'll show you how. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. You know the purpose of our entire internet existence is to help you make it really easy to stick to your plant-based diet. We are making very healthy lettuce wraps today. No meat, not a bunch of added salt. You could add like a little bit of a reduced sodium tamari if you want to, but you don't have to because it's delicious even without it. We're doing this one with a packet of tempeh, but you could use tofu too. They're both soybeans in a different form. Reeves, come on in, let's make some lettuce cups.
All right.
This one is so easy. We're gonna do a little blend of some ginger and garlic, chop up some tempeh. We're gonna be done so fast, we're gonna need things to talk about, which we actually do have. I've got a couple can openers. If you've heard me on the live show recently complaining about my can opener that I've had for 30 years, I can't replace this thing. I've gotten many other can openers and they're garbage. And our viewers, you, gave us 2 can opener recommendations. So we're gonna test them out today. I bought them and they look really good, like way better than the other ones I've bought in the past. And finally, we can retire this.
I never realized people had such strong opinions about can openers until we asked our viewers for their opinions on can openers.
They did the heavy lifting for us. Let's get to it. I've got a nub of ginger. We need like a 1-inch nub. You can peel it if you want to, but the skin's not bad. I don't think you can taste it. We're gonna blend it up with some garlic. You could use fresh garlic cloves. I have the minced garlic because that's what I'm just so used to using. A little bit of soy milk, okay? All that together in a tiny little bullet blender and let's give it a little spin. Please clean your blade right away. You do not want this thing getting all sticky and nasty, okay? Let's prep our tempeh. If you have never used tempeh before, I highly recommend it. It's like soybeans in a little patty that have been fermented. It's nice and rich and hearty. I love it for this kind of thing especially. Take that PF Schmangs. We're doing it healthy style. You'd leave like a dinner at PF Schmangs and you just like need to drink gallons of water. Well, we're doing it ourselves, thanks. This is like a ½ a pound of tempeh. See, it's a beautiful block. If you see black marks, that's okay, that's good. That's the fermented bacteria. Don't worry. It has not gone bad. And don't buy like the ones with all of the flavor and stuff. They usually have the added oil. Just the plain tempeh is what you want. Chop it up in as small bites as you like. We'll go like that, turn it, and then we'll just kind of, I guess we're just really dicing it. You can go as fine as you like. Normally when we make this, we use some water chestnuts. There's no added salt in these. I would have expected this to have 1,000,000 milligrams of sodium, but it doesn't. No added salt. Right next to it at the store, I saw sliced bamboo shoots too. So I thought, oh, that would be fun.
Ooh,
Let's
I didn't
throw
know
it
they
in.
had that.
Yeah, so let's do our can opener test, shall we? These were the 2 can openers that you recommended, and so far they look like they're pretty awesome. This is the USA made, very much part of their branding, as you can see. The Easy Does It. The purpose of this video is not to do can openers. We're not making money off can openers, okay? There's no sponsorship. We're just having fun because I really needed a new can opener. And this one's like 15 bucks, okay? It's the conventional kind that leaves a sharp edge. I like that kind, I'll explain. Let's open the water chestnuts first, okay? Are you ready, Reeves?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so nice and solid. And I have bought some like name brand can openers and they are garbage.
Yeah, they just fall apart.
This is excellent. One of the things that I like about this style of can opener is I can drain the water. Because there's no salt in this, I can just drain the water like that. Boom, I already have them ready to go. But the edge is very sharp. I have never actually used this style of can opener. This is the one that does not leave a sharp edge. I was like, how do you work this thing? I don't even know how to, I can't figure this thing out. Well, it turns out many of you are laughing at me right now, not with me. And you just go like that, and now it's on.
Whoa, it's attached?
It's attached. And then we just go like this, and it's apparently opening the can.
It looks like it's doing 0 things.
And you can feel it get to the end because it clicks a little. And then you take it off, this just like slides right out. And you have no sharp edge.
But the can is sharp?
Nothing is sharp at all. Neither the can nor the lid.
How could this be?
But you can't just like do the thing I did with the water chestnuts. You'd have to actually lift the lid and then go like that. If that's a thing for you, something to consider. For me, they're both great. The only thing is this one is 3 times the price. This was like $45 and this one was only $15. So there's that to think about. But both feel like they are gonna last. So thank you to our viewers for the can opener recommendations. I guess I'll just keep both. It's good to have a spare, and that's all I have to say about that. Let's move on. I like about a ½ a cup, which is one of these little 8-ounce cans, okay? Let's just chop them up a little bit.
A lot of people ask on this diet how to add more crunch to your food, and this is a great way to do it.
Especially now that I remember them being no added salt in these cans. That's awesome. So that's ready to go. A little bit of bamboo shoots. You don't need to chop them probably. You could leave them whole. That might be a nice touch, but I've chopped them now, so what are you gonna do? Let's get to the stove, shall we?
Yeah.
Here I have the little blended mixture of garlic. That did not blend. We have got to go back to the drawing board. We're gonna have to just mince it. The bullet blender has failed us. I actually can't believe it. Mince this up, no big deal.
I liked the idea of blending it. It was fun.
I thought it was a Vitamix in my head and my heart. The bullet blenders, they're just not the same. Let's try that again, shall we? I'm gonna add a little bit of liquid. It's our new veggie stock. We're gonna have a veggie stock powder. It's gonna look like this, but with a label. You're gonna love it. You can just mix up your own veggie stock. Now you don't have to buy it in the quarts, and it can be actually no salt, which is really hard to find. Get the tempeh in. Now we've got the tempeh and the garlic and the ginger and a little bit of soy milk, and we'll just keep adding a little bit of veggie stock to keep it from sticking. It smells so good. This is just gonna soften the tempeh a little bit, but we want the texture. You're not trying to cook it into mush or anything like that. So let's throw in the bamboo shoots with the chestnut mix there. I'm also gonna throw in a little bit of our date powder just to add a little bit of sweetness to this, an undetectable amount, just a little touch to go with the vinegar we're gonna add later. If you haven't seen our date powder, it looks like this, and it is amazing. It's like date flour. Oh, it is so good. You can use it to sweeten any kind of sauce, drinks, dressings, instead of sugar, which is not so good. Next up, I have a bag of frozen brown rice. You can just use cooked brown rice that you've got. Maybe you make it in bulk and you keep ready brown rice in the fridge. That's a really smart thing to do. Or you can pay a little extra and buy it in these freezer bags, and then you don't have to think about it at all. Throw it in, it'll thaw out and fluff up just from the heat of the stove. Let's give that a stir. This is really coming together nice. It smells so good. I think we can just take this off the heat and do the rest over here. All right, y'all, we need to add a little bit of pizzazz to this. I'm gonna start with a tablespoon of rice vinegar. That's a very Asian flavor. Gotta have it, gotta have it. Tamari, what do you think, Reeb? Should we do a little?
Yeah, why
You
not?
don't need much. Like, even if it's just a teaspoon, it gives you that reminiscent flavor. You're not trying to turn this into a salt bomb. This is a tablespoon, so not even that. Like a half of a tablespoon. I always recommend to lower your salt intake, but things like this in little small amounts, not like dipping every sushi roll into it.
Well, when you're used to not eating it, you don't need a lot.
That's definitely true. How about a lime? Let's squeeze in, this is a pretty big lime. Let's start maybe with half. Sometimes I add a little bit more soy milk. I even had it ready just to give it a little more liquid. Now let's add some cucumber and carrot, shall we? That worked. We'll just dice up some cucumber, cut this into some strips, and then turn them and dice them. Now I've got a carrot.
Sometimes I don't care at all.
Whoa, I always carrot. We're gonna shred it in. This is a little finer than I want. Regular shredded carrots in the bag size would be best. What is this? This is useless. I gotta get rid of this.
Okay, you got the can openers, but the rest of your kitchen tools, like, you're a mess still.
You know what? You're right. This didn't go well. So can I just... Why do we own this? I guess for mincing the ginger. I could have done the ginger this way to avoid the bullet fiasco. This one will shred the carrots into like long strands, but then I have to like chop them. So like, what am I gonna do with this? Am I right? You can't get the whole carrot. And then I got this little nub here. It looks like we're gonna get the job done at least. Okay, there you have it. A little bit of chopped and grated and sliced and all the tools carrot. It's looking pretty nice. Some herbs would be good. I have some basil here. Why don't we chop up a little bit of basil? I know how to do that pretty well.
Do you own a basil chopper?
Lightly chop a little bit of fresh basil. This is a knife, by the way. We're just gonna use a knife. Sprinkle it in. What else do we want to throw in?
Some black sesame seeds.
Ooh, black sesame seeds? That sounds fun. Whoa, that's looking pretty. That's just what it needed. Are we ready to eat these things?
Yeah.
You can get the bib lettuce. Those are always cute, little lettuce boats. Or you can get a literal lettuce boat, apparently. Thanks, Kroger. I didn't know you could just buy them ready to boat. So we'll just open this up. Look, it even says trimmed, washed, and ready to enjoy. Pull your boats out from the marina here, and let's get to eating them. Whoa, these are big boats. These are like big sailboats.
That would be like $45 at PF Schmang's.
Yeah, look at that. That is a boat and a half.
You're eating it like it's the biggest taco you've ever held. I love it.
It's delicious. It's so simple. It's light. It's got lots of filling calories from the rice and the tempeh, so you're still gonna get full and feel satisfied. I love it. Needs a little hot sauce though. Get a little sriracha on here. And by the way, if you prefer a squeeze bottle, just transfer your well-oiled sriracha into a squeeze bottle, and then you can have the squeeze effect again, okay? If you wanted to add a little bit of fat, you could chop some avocado to dress this thing up with too. All right, Reeves, you better get in here and make a boat.
I'm boating. They're gigantic.
You could shorten your boat a little if you want.
You could cut your boat in half. All of the starchy cooked ingredients and the fresh ingredients together makes it just really, really tasty. Way better than restaurant.
Way better.
So fast too.
Y'all, the recipe for this one is down below in the description box. Be sure to add this one to your rotation. Change it up a little, you know what I mean? Check out more videos just like this one, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.